Events between Israel and Palestine could decide the fate of the U.S. presidential elections. You have not heard wrong. The United States, which has been determining the fate of the Middle East for years, faced the opposite situation this time. Developing events in the Middle East are likely to bring the end of the current President Joe Biden's term in office. In addition, the increasing reaction against Israel's attacks in European countries did not go unnoticed. We are in front of you with very important news. We will be looking at how the struggle between Israel and Palestine is evaluated by the world public opinion and the effects of this issue on the American presidential elections. Before we get to the topic, we ask you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Your support is very important for our channel to reach more people quickly. Thank you in advance. The violent conflict between Israel and Palestine has been at the top of the agenda for a long time. And we can say that this is quite normal. The war is literally out of control. In one of the most active regions of the Middle East, the Levant, which includes the borders of Israel and Palestine, there is no shortage of weapons and explosions. When we look at the statements coming from Israel, we can say that the war in the region will continue for a while. So why is the war taking place thousands of kilometers away from the United States of America, closely related to the U.S. elections? Why is the Democratic Party candidate and current President Joe Biden worried about the upcoming elections? To answer this question, we need to broaden our perspective. Both sides have their points about the war between Israel and Palestine. The Israeli side argues that it started on October 7 when Hamas militants attacked Israel. After the attack by the Hamas organization, the State of Israel faced the most serious threat in the country's history. For the first time in its history, the State of Israel lost thousands of its people at the same time. Today, Israel attributes the October 7 attack as the source of its offensive in Gaza. On the other hand, supporters of Palestine argue that the roots of the problem go back many years. According to this point of view, the Israeli state and army have been carrying out strategic attacks, especially in Gaza, for a long time. According to Palestinian public opinion, the Hamas attack is a manifestation of Israel's long-standing aggressive behavior. It seems that there are two different views on what is happening between Palestine and Israel. What is certain is that since October 7, the Israeli army, with the support of the world's leading states, has increased its attacks on the Gaza Strip. The direct impact of these attacks on the daily lives of millions of people in Gaza has drawn the reaction of Muslim and Arab public opinion. According to known figures, more than 2 million people are estimated to live in the Gaza Strip. Although the State of Israel claims that the main purpose of its attacks on Gaza is to destroy Hamas, the shells and artillery shells are causing serious damage to the Gaza Strip. Reactions to Israel's policy against Gaza are also growing like an avalanche around the world. Especially in the past few days, a large group of people gathered in Utrecht, the Netherlands. In this action, people left the shoes they brought to the square. It was reported that these shoes symbolize the people who lost their lives during the Israeli army's attacks on Gaza. Reactions continue to rise in many European countries such as the Netherlands. But the fact that the world's leading countries are taking Israel's side in the struggle between Palestine and Israel is causing tensions to rise. We can state that a very serious danger awaits Joe Biden, especially as the regular elections across the United States are approaching. The current American president is accused by millions of people of sending arms and ammunition to the State of Israel. It is hard to say that these accusations are unjustified. Likewise, after the events of October 7, Biden went to Israel and met with Netanyahu and said that America stands by Israel. In addition, the current American president, who hugged Netanyahu in front of the cameras, paved the way for the events to have an impact across America. We can easily state that this attitude of Biden has started to give the Democratic Party a headache. Demonstrations against Biden have already begun in states in America where Muslim and Arab people predominantly live. But these demonstrations also have their own style. In Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, the Democratic Party's primaries were dominated by nonpartisan votes. Tens of thousands of people did not vote for any candidate, including Biden, in the Democratic presidential primaries. The large number of neutral votes means that the Democratic Party may face problems in the presidential elections. Although it is not known exactly how Trump, the candidate of the other wing, will intervene in the tensions between Israel and Palestine, Biden's military aid to Israel has drawn the ire of the Muslim and Arab communities. So far, these reaction votes have shown themselves as neutral votes in the Democratic Party primaries. But in the upcoming presidential elections, there is a high probability that the reaction votes will go to the Republican Party. In these 3 states, Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, the Democratic Party prevailed by a small margin in the elections held in 2020. If Trump leads in 1 or 2 of these states in the upcoming elections, the owner of the presidential seat could also change. It is important to remember that the difference in votes between the 2 candidates in Wisconsin was only 20,000 in 2020. As such, the issue between Israel and Palestine has a direct impact on the U.S. presidential elections. In today's video, we tried to look at the events between Palestine and Israel from a broader perspective. We hope that the video we have prepared has been useful content for you. We would also like to see your views in the comments section. Thank you for following us. See you in our next video.